Oh, no problem.
Okay, then in that case, where we finished last time, we finished on Python. Not finished Python, just started. So we'll continue the Python only. Okay. Python class 1. Let's open this with Notepad only. Okay, so previously we had learned the simple data type like string and integer, floats, and those things. Okay, now in Python, wait a second, this should not be the one. String manipulation is the one. So first of all, we will complete that part only. Okay, so I'll open my Anaconda. Or maybe we can use the previous one only. Okay, now in Python, or obviously in all the other programming languages, we have some string functions. Okay, we primarily tends to skip these string functions while we learn those, or we look into them gradually. But see, in the part of data engineering, these string functions do help you. Okay, they help you day-to-day basis, and you have to understand their basics. Okay, not to memorize these things, or not to just kind of it is not related mostly to these things, memory or those things, but we have to understand them. Okay, well wise. So before going there, let's understand one more thing of the this Python. In Python, this thing called string is basically indexed. Okay, indexed basically means it has some index number. That means every character or every part of the string, or you can say complete string, is manufactured when multiple parts have come together. Okay, so to do this, we have indexation kind of thing. So let's say I define a string here. I define a string text, and then I have defined its value. So this is a example string. Okay, so if I copy this string down here, see, forget the double quotes. Okay, in Python, basically this string is indexed. Indexed basically means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. Obviously 10, 11, and goes on things. Based on this indexing, multiple things can be achieved. Okay, first thing is string slicing. So to understand that part, I will take up this string and come here, create a new shell for me. This will also do, and implement this. Now let's say I only wanted to read the first 4 characters of this complete strings. Okay, so what I can do, I can write text square brackets. I will write 0 colon 4. Okay, basically I'm saying in the text variable, read through 0 to 4th variable. Okay, in this statement, basically your starting limit is actually included, but your ending limit is not included. So if I execute this shell, you can see I'm able to get this 0, 1, 2, 3. Basically, I will get I will get this part 0 to 3. 4 will be skipped because 4 is the upper limit and upper limits are not included. So this is actually called string indexing, or this is basically a string indexing. And the feature to extract the values from the string is called string slicing. Okay, so we can also do it like this. If you want to, do backwards, you can also say minus 5. If you do this thing, and or you will get the fifth letter from the behind. Okay, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters will be skipped, and you will get the T. If you want to do, you can also do it like, you can do 5 to 5, and if you execute this, you will get, from the fifth position to fifth position from back. So in between string, you will get this kind of features you can obviously use. And you can also do it like this. If you just mention the starting limit and do not mention the ending limit, then starting from the 5, you will go till end. Okay, so these are very simple and very easy things, but sometimes, when we get the complex problems, we kind of tends to ignore these basics. Okay, so at the end of this lecture, I'll give a problem to you. You guys take your 2 or 5 minutes and try to solve that. And you have to be if you are focusing on this basics, you will be able to solve that very easily. That is a complex problem. That is a real-time problem, but we will do with the very basics things. Okay. So yeah, before I move ahead, if you have any questions. Okay, in that case, let's move ahead. Then we have some functions in a string. Okay, we have already seen the plus operator. We have already gone through this, character word 0, all this example to use the string slicing. And then let's see some functions. So obviously we have a length function that basically gives the length of the string. Okay, so if you do it like this, and I mean this, if you're using SQL, it's these things are always there in all the programming languages. So this is the length of the this is string, basically total length of the string, that how many characters are there in the string, not including double quotes, but including spaces. Then next one is to replace. Okay, so let's say we have this string of Rio de Janeiro, and I want like to replace this Rio with MAR, and if I do this, I will get Mar de Janeiro. Okay, basically this is to replace some characters from the string with another character. Now here one thing that is interesting is that Python is a case sensitive language. Okay, so case sensitive basically means small a is not equals to capital A. So something like this you can try. I think it should work. Okay, I should do a double quotes here. Then ideally it should work. Yeah, and it says false. That means small a is not equals to capital A. To prove it again, if I do some changes here, and if I do R and capital IO, which is not here, okay, I will simply get Rio de Janeiro again. It is not being replaced because it was not able to find Rio in the string. So understand, all the things in the Pythons are case sensitive. Even this function is case sensitive. If I write it like this, replace, okay, even though spelling is same, if I do it, it is not same. It will give me a error that a string object has no attribute replace. That means it is not able to find any function called replace. Okay, then we have this example that is showing you the function uses of count. Okay, so count basically does the count of the characters that you give inside the count function, which is available in the main string. So if I say this in easy words, for me right now, main string is your word. Okay, this variable word is the main string, and then I have count function. And right now I'm trying to count the spaces here, that how many spaces I do have in the string called word. So I can see I have 2 spaces right now. So if I execute this thing, I should get answer as 2. So count basically counts the substrings for you. Now one thing in Python, if you remove this space and press shift plus tab, you get the documentation. Okay, this command actually works on the uh, Jupyter notebook. This basically gives the details about the function that you're trying to write. So it says as.count, it will have a substring, okay, to uh, start with. That substring is basically the string that you want to count from. Then you have the starting limit, then you want the ending limit. So if you see right now in the count function, I am only giving the space. Okay, that means I am trying to find the space in complete string, but I can also do it like 0, 5. Okay, this basically I am saying find the space in the string called word starting from 0 to the 5 only. So if I execute this now, my answer is 1 because my string is basically ignoring the other space because I have restricted the function to work on first 5 characters only. Okay, so like this you can actually see the documentations also of the functions. Then we have upper. Okay, so upper function basically just converts the.
There's one quick question.
Please.
So this count one limit you mentioned, right? So is 5 inclusive or exclusive?
It is exclusive.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have the one more function that is upper. So it basically simply converts the text into uppercase letters. Okay, and likewise we have lower also, that basically converts the lower uppercase into lowercase. So if I write it like this, it will convert it into a lowercase characters. Now again we might think that what is the use of this thing, but again now let's do it here. Okay, so what I will do, let's say this is my string. I will keep it on like it says it is here. So what is I will do? I will just try to replace it. Okay, so I will say uh, new word, one more variable, and I will say word dot replace. I will, let's say by mistake I have written it like this and replace it with mar. Okay, if you execute this, I mentioned, okay, I have to write it like this, new word. Okay, you see still I'm not getting the correct output. Okay, but if I do it like this, dot upper, okay, and if I then execute this, you see I'm able to convert this. Okay, basically we do this thing in production as well. Okay, so to convert your comparing strings, both the strings actually, in either lowercase or uppercase, to make sure that case sensitivity is not hampering the results while we do joins, while we do such replacements, or while we do some group bys, it is not hampering the final result. So to we make sure that both the sides have the same cases, and hence we use upper and lowers. So now I'll stop here. Actually, we have 2 more. Let's go through them as well. Then we will stop. This I will teach you next class. Then we have ends with. Okay, let's take the example of ends with. So let's what ends with do for you is it checks if a string ends with a particular character or particular substring that you provide inside the bracket. Let's say I define this text variable. Okay, and I write br data engineer. If I write this, my ends with I check in text string that if my string ends with engineer, okay, if it actually ends with engineer, I'll get the true, okay. But if I do some mistakes here, and if I actually write it like this, I'll get false. That means if your string is not ending with a letter or the character entered by you, if it is not exactly matching there, you will get false. Otherwise, if it is there, you will get true only. Okay. So, and then next we have find. Okay. What we do in find is actually it's going to find a keyword in the string. So let's say we try to find the engineer again. If I execute this, basically this gives me the starting position of the string that I'm trying to find in my main string. Okay, so basically it is like 0 is W, E is 1, and like that this E, okay, where this engineer actually starts, that I have highlighted in the small selected part, is actually starting from the 12th index position. The same index position is actually returned by the find function. Okay, so again, if you remove the engineer and if you just do shift tab, you will see a proper documentation of this, that return the lowest index in the string where substring is found. Okay, so that means where your engineer is found, whatever is the lowest index in that means the first position, it's going to give it to you. Okay, and it is also has start and end limit, so we can obviously write start and ending positions of this. So we have seen find, we have seen count, we have seen replace on all those things. Okay, so now if I have this string, okay, let's say if I have this string, I'll execute this and I want to get name equals to name equals to on Mary. Okay, I would like to get position equals to executive. I would like to get ID equals to this ID. From this string, I would like to create 3 strings, and obviously in future this length can vary. Okay, that means this can be senior executive. Obviously, names length can vary, and this can vary, but the format is always going to be the same format. So let's say we have to solve this. So think for it for 2 minutes. If you can find the answer, if we think something, try to share it with me. Otherwise, we will solve it together in the next few minutes.
Chalish, can you please repeat that?
Yes. So let's say you are getting, you have some file, okay, and in that file you are getting this kind of text. Now this kind of text you have to convert in these 3 columns or variables. You can say variables for now only, okay, because we haven't seen how to read and write the data, so we forget the columns. Just say we have to convert this is text in these 3 variables. So to get this, we have to get the name correctly, that is a name is located here. Okay, we have to get the ID, that ID is actually located here, and then we have to get the position, that position is located here. Okay, and we have to get it for multiple rows. Obviously, all the rows can have different values. Forget about how we loop through the rows. Okay, let's say if I just modify this thing to let's say senior executive, then your variable should be senior executive, like this. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so think for the solution, all the functions that we have seen till now, we have the answers within them. Okay, so you guys get any idea about this, that how we can solve this, any approach? Okay, in that case, I'll give you the answer. So, two things we are going to use here. Okay, we have seen string slicing, and we have seen, uh, this find function. Okay, so I know this s is located at position 0. Okay, so I'll copy this string. Okay, so I know this s is located at 0th index position. Okay, and it is ending with a colon. That I also know. So it is starting from 0, it is ending with a colon, and I know this part. In between, it can fluctuate. And I know I have a function called find that basically gives me the starting position of something that I try to find. Okay, so what if, if I write position variable equals to txt, okay, there I'll say 0, because I know it's always going to start with 0. Okay, then I'll say colon. Okay, then I say text dot find. Okay, because I am not sure about the ending limit, where it's exactly going to end, because manager will have different length, executive will have length, different length, developer will have different length. Okay, so I am not sure with the ending limit, but I know it's always going to end with a colon. So if I try to find the colon, this is the syntax for that. If I try to find the colon, okay, let's execute it separately. This gives me 16. So basically colon is placed at index 16. Okay, and if I mention it here in the higher side and execute this, I will get my position variable. And I am correctly able to get this position variable. Are you guys, have you guys got this?
Yeah, Jalesh. So we can use these functions within this slicing, right?
Yes, we can definitely use these things. So
Okay.
next thing, what I will do to get the name variable, okay, this time I know from my text variable, my name starts from colon. Okay, like I have to exclude the colon, then I have to exclude one space as well. But basically, I have one indicator that separates the name from the position, that is colon. So what I will do, I will write text dot find. Okay, I will find the colon, and I will see this is going to determine me what it's going to determine me. It's going to determine me 16, and 16 will be included in the output. Okay, so I'll show you once. Okay, then we will fix this. Then I have colon, and then I will just simply copy paste this thing. And this time in the find, instead of colon, I will say opening braces. Okay, only opening braces. Because I know my name finishes on when the opening braces starts, and as it is the upper limit, it will not be included in the output. So if I do something like this, you can see I am getting colon plus space, then my name. Okay, so how to exclude this thing? Understand this thing. What is the return type of this text.find? What is the return type of this text.find? Can someone please answer me? Yeah, correct. It is
Integer.
integer. So in the integer, I can definitely do plus 2. So instead of 16, this will return me 18. Now if I execute this, I will get the name correctly, right? Now, third thing, that is ID. To get the ID from the text variable, okay, I will first of all use this one. Now, this time if I simply keep it like this, as it is a starting limit, it will give me opening braces included in the answer that I don't want. Hence, I will say plus 1. Okay, I say colon, and then either I can find the closing braces, that will also work, but also there is one simple solution that you write -1, that you do not want to include the last character. Okay, I have shown you in the string slicing that we can also do minus. So this time I am doing -1. I'll execute this. I'll print this ID here. And I'm able to get my ID correctly. So with this thing, I'll get the name here. With this simple approach, if I execute this, let's modify this. Let's make it senior developer. Okay, modify the length of these things. Let's make it something Jonathan, and let's modify this thing also. Okay, like I have modified all the lengths of all the variables. If I execute this, my position should come as senior developer. It is coming. My name should come as Jonathan Mary. Sorry, it is ID. It will come as true, and name will come as Jonathan Mary. So with such simple things, we are able to solve a bit complex problems. Okay. So if you guys have any questions about this, you can let me know.
No questions, Jalaj.
Okay. In that case, I will share this notepad with you. It is what it's here. I have the solution. Okay. You can refer this solution and also refer these notes. And one thing I'll say, please start practicing these things out. And practicing does not mean that you just simply go and copy paste these things. Related to these concepts, try to do something from your side. Maybe some changes, some hidden trial errors, whether this will work or not. Those kind of things we should try. Take this one as well, and please take this one as well. Tomorrow we are going to start with list, dictionaries, and obviously the pandas library of the Python. I'm keeping it a bit short, only 40 minutes lecture today, because it's going to be too late for all of us if I continue. Okay, so tomorrow we will meet at the same time, 9 o'clock. No issues tomorrow. And if you guys are available, we will have one class on Saturday as well. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Gotcha. Thanks.